Hi, Tricia. How you doing? Looks like you've submitted from last week too. So you've got. It looks like you have weeks 2, and then week 3 and 4. Weeks 1 and 2, and then weeks 3 and 4 stuff. So that's cool. Technically, you should just submit what's due that week. But I'm okay with this. So I can take a look at this and tell you a couple of things that we're going to want to do here. This letterhead should be designed in conjunction with your business card and a number 10 envelope for your personal branding. That would be the minimum for personal branding package, would be those 3: a letterhead, number 10 envelope, and the business card. And they should be designed in accordance with one another. So in other words, if the business card was laying next to the letterhead, it should be very obvious that they belong to the same designer and they're designed, using the same principles and elements. Okay, so I don't think we can really say that about this and this, or especially this. This has a completely different visual feel than this. So that's a pretty severe inconsistency. I like these logos right here. I think either one of these is better than I shouldn't say better. It is more versatile, more visually attractive, and does a better job at describing what exactly the Contreras graphics is than this. Okay. And that's what I think. I think these logos are going to end up being much more versatile than that. So again, design your letterhead, business card, number 10 envelope, and whatever collateral self-promo materials you're going to present along with your branding kit. Okay. Resume we're going to talk about, this coming week we're going to start building our resume and learning that. So we'll talk about the contents of the resume at that point. Okay. But again, I just want to make sure you understand that this should be considered something that would be the minimum expected for a personal branding identity package. Okay. So then you have your sample sheet. Now in the sample sheet, you need 5 items in the sample sheet. See, max of 5, best work. See, 5 example. Whoops. Oh, sorry. Right there. 5 of your best work. Okay. So 4 is fine. If you can fit another one in there, that's cool. I like that you're showing this variation here. I'm just wondering, why are these a different size than this? That seems really odd. These should be the same size. Okay. These look great. Like I said, I really, really like those logos a lot. A lot. They're really sharp. Okay, this piece right here, now we're getting into collateral design. Yes, and this is again from week 1 and 2, but I'll talk about it. Whenever you have a piece that's got a white background and you're presenting it on a white background, be sure to add about a 1 pixel border. No more than that. Just a tiny little border so that we can see where your piece ends and where the background begins. Okay, this piece here, this advertising layout. Okay, suppose I like this shirt and I want to buy it. Where do I go? There's no address. There's no contact information, phone numbers, email addresses, websites. So that's an incomplete ad. I would definitely address that. This piece, I think this piece could be a little more informational. For example, what is Mitten Punk? Maybe one little tagline right there to give a clue as to what we're looking at here. I know the people who know Mitten Punk will know exactly what they're looking at. But I think for a piece that's considering inclusion in a student portfolio, I think it should probably be a little bit more clear as to the communication intent. Okay. And then this piece, I'm kind of wondering, this more looks like it would be on a screen because it says play, movie, scene selection. But you're saying it's collateral design, CD, and a DVD. So that would be, you're saying that this is a printed piece. And if it is, why does it have play, movie, and scene selection on it? Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm not real sure if you missed the intent here, but this would be a print piece. A DVD, CD, DVD packaging. Okay. Over here you have your corporate design, and this is great. That's a cool logo. I like it a lot. The business card looks good. I'm wondering if using anything, a different color for the tags themselves. Have you tried different colors? It just seems like, honestly, I'm seeing a lot of work in black and white, and I'm starting to notice a pattern. And the pattern is, it looks like you're a little bit, as a designer, it looks like you're reluctant to use color in a lot of your work. Okay. Business card looks great. Now remember, business card, letterhead, envelope, same thing here. So you'll have to have that number 10 envelope in there. A little trick that you might want to think about for consistency is when you're designing a letterhead, try to design it in accordance with your, when you're designing a business card, your letterhead and your envelope, try to make them have some visual cohesion. So, and some consistency. So in other words, here you've got the logo on the left-hand side of the composition, and here you have it on the right-hand side of the composition. I think it would make sense that you were to emulate that, duplicate, or mimic that order of information on the business card. I think you'll find it a little more cohesive. Don't forget your number 10 envelope, and when you present your work, make sure it is a to scale. In other words, that is not the correct proportion of 8.5 by 11, and you definitely want to present your work in scale. Okay, package design. Now don't forget we've got some things that are missing here. Digital illustration. Okay, so that's all electives, and that's all next week, so we're not going to look at those. So you've got your 3-pack carrier design. That's great. Can we see? I mean, this is awesome. Can we see the printed up piece, the mock-up with the bottles in them? You know what I'm saying? I mean, can we see more work? Give us all the work you have for this piece. Now, we're just still kind of collecting work, so there's plenty we can do with this. I just would like to see all the work I can associated with this piece. Okay. Now let's go ahead and take a look at what's due this week. So you have, this is 3 and 4, right? So you have corporate identity. You've got that. That's good. Then you've got, you're missing your web digital media. Okay. Then you've got your publication design. Or that's back in collateral. So you're missing your publication design. All right. Digital graphics design. Looks like you're missing your digital graphics design pieces. So as far as I can see, excuse me one second. So sorry about that. So anyways, as I left off, I was going through what you have here and what you should have. So don't forget to look at this every week. Okay. So we have, again, let's just go through to make sure where we're at. Collateral. Okay. So that's where we start. So you have your corporate identity, but you'll need an envelope. And then you have your package design, which we need more work there. And that's really all we have for this week. So for these weeks, I should say. So for weeks 3, 4, so you have your corporate identity, you're missing your web digital media, you're missing your publication design, you're missing your digital graphics design, and you have your package design. So we'll need to get those in as soon as possible, so that we can start compiling the order and how we're going to continue here. Okay. So if you have any questions or comments, or if you're confused on these requirement sheets, I would suggest that you just go ahead and review those. Let me see if we go back here, because I really explain every one of these at the beginning of every assignment. For example, here, assignment 3 and 4. If you go over here to the very first post, I always post first in there. Here's a video on exactly how and what to include. And then you see I have one over here. I do that, the first tips for success for the first post of every one of those discussion boards. So be sure to look at that. And then also, if you come to the course homepage and you take a look at the announcements, in every one of these, welcome to week 3 and 4, for example, I've got a video in here on what to include and how to include it. So if you haven't been looking at those, and then also I have also exactly what is due this particular week. So for example, welcome to week 3 and 4. This week you will be unity and organization, and then I have the week 3 and 4 requirements, which consist of, and I have this list here. Okay, so you can just go through that list. But at any rate, so I'm sorry I have taken so long in this video, but I just want to make sure that you're on the right track here and that we can just get this thing moving along. Okay, if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to get with me. Okay, thank you very much.